I've come to the realization that I don't know as much as I thought I did. And so as I learned this new information, I want to share it with you. And one of the pieces of information that we need to talk about is how many times a day should you use minoxidil? Now, every label that you see for minoxidil, whether it's going to be the liquid or it's going to be the foam, is going to tell you to apply it twice a day. And that's what I did, was twice a day. I did twice a day on my head, and when I was doing the whole minoxidil beard thing, I was doing it twice a day on my face too. And even in my minoxidil videos, that's what I pushed, was twice a day. The recommended dosage for minoxidil is 1 milliliter in the morning and 1 milliliter in the evening if you're using the liquid form. If you're using the foam, then you should use the included cap and measure out 1 full cap of minoxidil in the morning and 1 full cap of minoxidil in the evening. No. But in a recent interview I had with Dr. Jayaprakash, he dropped kind of a bombshell on me that you only need to apply minoxidil once a day, once every 24 hours, in order for it to be effective. He said it so nonchalantly, it just kind of went over my head for a moment. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, back up. Did you say once a day for minoxidil?
And so if you leave it on, for most people, I sort of say just leave it on overnight and then wash it off in the morning. That's perfectly fine.
And that's like a once a day application?
Yeah, look, so it says on the bottle twice a day. So
Right.
Russell, my colleague, he was actually involved in the original research trials here in Australia about 20 odd years ago.
Yeah.
And he was saying that the protocol of the study at that time was twice a day. And this was before they fully understood the pharmacology of how minoxidil was absorbed and how it was broken down. So they did it twice a day. But then once they studied, they realized actually it has a half-life of 18 hours. So you don't really need it twice a day. So once a day is sufficient. I tell all my patients, use it once a day will be sufficient.
If you guys aren't familiar with half-lives, basically it's the amount of time it takes for any kind of chemical or element or radiation or anything like that to decrease in concentration by 50%. So if we're talking about minoxidil, the half-life of minoxidil is 18 hours. That means after 18 hours, the concentration of minoxidil in your bloodstream has dropped by 50%. So basically what Dr. Jayaprakash was saying makes perfect sense. The research study that I mentioned at the beginning of the video also referenced this point, that maybe we should revisit the dogma or the idea that we have to apply minoxidil twice a day. And so, it begs the question, why did the labels say apply minoxidil twice a day?
The studies were done twice a day, and also you got to think about it. The company's never going to go, hey, use our product half as much.
Sure, yeah,
and it drops in half.
And so for a minoxidil company like Rogaine, a customer who's using their product twice a day as opposed to once a day is going to burn through their supply twice as fast, which means they have to buy more Rogaine in half the amount of time that a person who's buying once a day. That's more money, man. Remember that. I'll link the whole interview with Dr. Jayaprakash from the Hair Loss Show also in the description below. Check that video out. It's a longer one. It's like an hour long, but there's a lot of good information there. And I even put the timestamps there for you so you can skip ahead to the section that you want to see.